Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pop Art Hunter channel. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing. An unboxing so big, so awkward, so cumbersome that I'm not even going to pick it up. We're just going to go ahead and move to the table view and I'll unbox it right there. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, this is a big one, so we're going to go ahead and get it open so that we can see what is inside. Now again, this isn't going to be as interesting as some of the other unboxings we do because it's not going to be actual production use cells or anything like that. But for those of you who are interested in preserving or framing your collection, this might be interesting to you and give you an idea of how I order things as far as in a bulk fashion, and why that's important to me, both for cost savings, but also for kind of continuity within the collection of how things look together, and etc., so on and so forth. So I'm going to try to slide everything out of this box at once, if I can. Alright. When you order in such a bulk, it can get a little unwieldy as far as unboxing, especially on a table view. Okay, and there we have it. It's okay. I'm going to use scissors here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to try. I'm going to cheat here. Steal a little piece of this tape. Tape up the bottom of this box just with a little piece. Now we can use the box. Use the box for the contents, so they're not all over the place. Alright. This is such interesting stuff. A nice packing material for these frames. Make sure things don't get dented on the side, etc. A little unwieldy. Not my preferred packing material to use myself as far as when I'm packing, but things arriving safe, I don't care what they use as long as it arrives safe. Well, I care what they use, but I don't care of the good versions of the products they can use, which they use. I do care if you put an animation cell in a tube, or you have it rolling around in a plastic bag, kind of randomly, assuming it's not going to get hurt in transit, and it probably won't. Okay, so here we go. Some people might think, well, why doesn't he just cut this stuff out and just get to the unboxing? Some people like watching this stuff. I don't know. So you can always skip. In the description, we'll always have little notations about parts of the video so you can skip and not have to watch all this stuff. So for the first few of these, I can just unwrap it this way. And the last couple, I'll be more careful as not to damage any of the materials. Okay. Yeah, so that's about the last one. Alright, there we go. Whew. It's quite a chore. This is a hearty amount of items here. Alright, so let's go ahead and just crack this open. So there are a few things that are in here for a couple of the different framing projects I have. If you've watched other videos of me framing, or you have seen bits of my collection, you'll notice that I try to use the same frames for a majority of my projects. One, so that everything looks a little consistent as far as color and size and those types of things, but also so that I can order different materials in bulk so I can use them with them. So as an example, I have these 13 by 19 frames, which may seem like an odd size for a cell, and it kind of is. However, I have a lot of 13 by 19 prints that sit in portrait style that way, that I had these frames beforehand. This is just what I had when I first started collecting, and now I have a bunch of them. And so I just repurpose and reuse those. So if I get rid of some of the 13 by 19 prints, simply can take them out, and now I have a frame that's ready to use for a cell. So it's a little bit different of a size. And then I also have the 16 by 20 size frames that I can use as well for the larger print. So these are usually for the 12 field cells and some of those smaller sketches, and then these ones are for the 16 field cells and some of the larger sketch on the 16 field paper. So those are a couple of the frames I have. And so this first thing that we're opening here, this first packet, is going to be all the stuff for the 13 by 19 frames here. So let's go ahead and take a look. So there's a few different items in here. I can't even remember what I ordered. I did order a couple specialty sizes, a couple mats. One of them for 16 by 19, so that'll be in the other packet. So I think these are just standard. So these are 4-ply museum rag mat that goes on the back of the frame as the last piece that's there, so any original backgrounds that are touching wouldn't be damaged at all. But also, even for the stuff that doesn't have original backgrounds, I tend to put these just so I'm consistent. And if I do get an original background or want to change things out, I have all those materials there. I sometimes don't use the rag mat for some of the sketches and drawings that I have, or at least this back piece, I'll kind of be a little chintzier that, because they're not worth as much money, and framing gets to be kind of a chore, and it can be expensive when you're ordering this much. These are all, and I can see I do have one other example there, so I don't even know what this is for. I can't remember what this is for exactly. Oh, I know what it's for. Okay, I do know what this is for. So this is, I do have a 16 field sketch that I want to display along with a 12 field sketch, and I wanted to make sure that I had them side by side in similar frames, and so I did get this to be able to handle a 16 field cell. Now you might think, well, why didn't you just get 16 field mats like this for the 13 by 19 frames? And to be honest with you, I like to have a little bit more flexibility with moving things around and having background centered and things of that nature. And also, I kind of like having a bigger frame for the bigger cell, so it doesn't look like so confined in there. But because I will be displaying one of the sketches in this particular format and that particular frame size of 13 by 19, I wanted to make sure I did the same thing. So that's what this is for. I remember now. But I have a bunch of mats. Again, all the same size, all the same cutout. And this is, I can't remember the exact dimensions, but the 12 field cells, it's like 10 by 12 or 12 and a half by 30, somewhere, I don't know, somewhere in that range off the top of my head. But I always go with a 1/4 inch around the frame. A lot of frame companies default to 1/8 of an inch, and I like having a little bit more, again, of that flexibility. I know that it has a little bit, a 1/4 of an inch on each dimension that is not shown of the original piece of artwork, but I kind of like the flexibility again. So I can actually move it slightly this way or slightly that way. But then also there's a little bit more of a lip for things to be attached to. So I do enjoy that. So we have the back mats, the inner mats, and then this is a specialty mat that I have. And then these are actually the 1 1/10 inch UV protectant acrylic fronts. And so I will take off these very flimsy acrylic pieces, little pieces of plastic here, and I will brace with the UV protectant acrylic for most of my pieces. Again, some of them, like the cheaper or less expensive sketches, I won't use this. It's just not worth the prices. Have a $50 piece and a $300 frame or something like that. So that's not the best. And these aren't that expensive. But one of the beauties of this is if you order in a bulk, you get a discount for each of the pieces then. And so that is why I recommend doing it in bulk like this. So for me, I don't even know what I'm going to frame with all these yet, but I'm like, well, I'm going to get to the next price point discount. So I just ordered a few more pieces to get there. Let's put those to the side. I'll put these to the side as well. Okay, so a few pieces left here. So these are for the larger frame, the 16 by 20, and it's sort of the same setup. This top stuff is the UV acrylic for the 16 by 19 or 16 by 20 frames. And they are heavy. This is really what makes the package so heavy. Or these acrylic pieces. You just get that much dense plastic in that one box, and it kind of becomes overwhelming. So these are the backings for that. And then we have these are the 1/4-inch 16 by 20, and this is where I ordered a bulk of them. I believe I was going to use these for a couple of Land Before Time pieces that I got that were new. And then this one is a specialty piece where I only have 2 of them because I'm going to frame a 16-field cell from All Dogs Go to Heaven. But the background that I have, I had a printer just print it locally, and I have an 11 by 17 background that sort of fits well with the scene, and I went ahead and photoshopped and did a lot of stuff with it to make it perfect, and it just, I wanted to have it be full on scene in the background with no extras. A lot of my cells, I like to see the peg holes, I like to see the scribbles and notes, and this one was just my first time doing a Photoshop background to try to get that look of the exact scene from the cell. And yeah, so this is why I ordered this specifically, to be a little bit less of an opening, so it would only show that particular background with the cell. So that's what this is going to be for. So yeah, I mean, it's it's nothing too spectacular here, but it does show you that ordering in bulk can sometimes give you a little bit of a discount. So let's say you're ordering 1 piece and it's going to be $20, but if you order 4 pieces, it's going to be $19 a piece. Well, you save $4 there, and that might not seem like a lot, but then if you had a 15% off coupon code or something, you get a few more bucks off that. And also, if you're ordering in bulk, I order maybe 10, 15, 20 pieces at a time. You could order 100 pieces. So if you have a little bit of a starter budget for your collection, you could order stuff and really get a deep discount on it. And for me, I just don't have the space or the volume needs at any particular time for me to move forward with that sort of a purchase. So I would say that by and large, though, ordering in bulk saves you money long term. And even if it's just $100 here or $200 or something like that with a bulk order, that's another really cool cell, or a really cool sketch drawing, or a really cool piece you can add to your collection. So for me, it's worth it to save that little bit of money. And I do love the consistency of all these. Any of my frames, I can repurpose. I can take stuff out of them, rehatch, move things around. If I get a piece out, that I want to store, or maybe I've sold, I can easily just swap in another piece that I've been waiting to sort of transition to a frame and to display on my wall. So for me, this is really where it's at. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful to you. There are a lot of options for your framing needs. There's a lot of stuff online. There's a lot of local venues within your community probably. I like the whole shop local aspect, and I do that with a lot of the things that I purchase. However, when you're ordering in such quantity, sometimes you have to be economically, conscious so that you can afford all of these different things and preserve the pieces you have in the correct way. I've had a lot of great luck with Frame Destination. I'm sure there's a lot of other places. They're not endorsing me or anything. If they want to give me a discount, I will definitely put an endorsement on my video. However, they haven't done anything like that. I'm not really needing anything like that, but I've just never had any bad luck with them. They ship things promptly. They package them very well. The only negative I can say about ordering from Frame Destination is you need to be conscious about ordering things as much in bulk as possible. One, you can get some bulk discounts, and this isn't a fault of theirs. This is just they're offering you a discount, but they charge you shipping on every item. And I found that it seems to be like there's kind of a base minimum shipping. Like they're going to have to ship a box that's really big if you order a really big mat. Well, if you order 10 of the same really big mats, it doesn't add a lot of extra weight or dimensions to the box. And so if you ordered 10 of those individually, you're going to pay a lot in shipping versus you just order one order with those same 10 things. Not only are you probably getting a bulk discount because you're ordering 10 or more, but then you're also saving on shipping. And so the shipping is something that they're not overcharging or anything for shipping because they ship and package very well. But if you're not smart about how you order, shipping can be a little bit costly versus just going down to your local downtown store or something. So anyway, I recommend Frame Destination. The other place that I get some stuff from is Craig Frames. You can get those on some other reseller websites or directly from their website. Usually I use those for economy frames. They have every sort of frame and every sort of size and every sort of everything. I like some black specific frames. I get the economy ones because I'd rather have the contents of the frame be more archival quality. I could care less about the frame itself, because those are things that are going to get scuffed and dented and break and crack and everything, so I can replace them and add new ones. So I like to order those in Akame. But Craig Frames is a good one. So there's multiple frame outlets that I've ordered from or used for various things. These are just 2 of them. So anyway, thanks for watching the unboxing. I know it's a weird one to unbox, like, here's some packing and framing materials. But I think it's for those who are not ordering those things in bulk or haven't done this very often, this could be something of use to you. So thanks for watching the Pop Art Hunter channel. We hope you like, subscribe, comment, and all those sorts of things, and we will see you next time.